Before you call out the narcissist and expose them in front of the world, watch this episode. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Today in this episode, I'll help you decide whether or not you should call out a narcissist. If that is what you are eager to learn more about, please make sure to subscribe by pressing the subscribe button and push the bell icon to stay updated with everything latest that I post over here. The ideal and the most simple answer to the question, should I call the narcissist out, is no, you should not, because they do not care. If they do not care, they won't change. Your calling them out will not make any difference in their nature or their behavior. They will not take a step back to reflect, to introspect, to think, what did I do wrong? What do I need to change? Of course not. None of that is going to happen. The only thing that I can promise you that will happen is that they will become a worst version of themselves. They will become more aggressive, more punitive, more abusive, and will try to destroy you for degrading them. That is what is going to happen. But I know that may not be the most satisfying answer for many of you. Why? Because you're angry. You were duped, you were scammed, you were conned, you were betrayed. And the rage that you feel is completely valid. You want to expose them because now you have solved the puzzle. You see them for who they are. Perhaps you want to call them out because you want them to realize they're not as smart as they like to think about themselves. You want the justice to be served because you believe in justice. You want to stop them in their way of destroying other lives after you. You want to stop them in their way of exploiting people, abusing people, using people, taking advantage of other people's empathy. I get it. I understand it. But before you jump in and call them out, expose them, you need to consider these 5 dangerous things they may do to you. You need to mitigate the risk. You need to be prepared for what may come in your way. You need to be prepared for the destruction they may cause. The first danger, there is a real danger to your life and to the life of those you care for. You need to understand that these people are really vindictive, they are punitive and very aggressive. They do not have a moral compass. They don't have an intact conscience. They don't care about right or wrong as long as they get what they are looking for, what they need to get out of a person or a situation. Which just means they wouldn't think twice before harming you physically, before killing you or a person who is close to you. They are very unpredictable. Yes, there is a predictability in their behavioral patterns, but those narcissists who are malignant, who are psychopathic, who are criminalistic, are dangerous to be around and to mess with. They can do anything. So you need to understand that there is a possible risk for that happening, because if you harm them, if you harm their image is everything for a narcissist. If you expose them, if you destroy this structure of their personality, this structure of their life that they have created through wearing multiple facades, putting up different fronts, you are going to face the music. Destruction of false self is destruction of everything to a narcissist because they can't stand it. They have created this false self at a very young age. They sacrificed their true self at the altar of it, so they will do everything to save it. If you try to destroy their false self, if you try to destroy their image, they are going to come after you. They are going to take revenge. They will try to destroy you. Why? Because their image and reputation matters most to them, more than their own life. So they have to maintain these two at any cost. At any cost. If you try to attack those 2 things, if you try to show people who this person is in reality, they are not going to spare you. They become very aggressive, very punitive, they rage, and they will attack you when you least expect it, because they're very strategic and very calculated. The most dangerous thing about their retaliation is that they will stoop to any level to cause you harm. And that is what you have to be prepared for if you want to go after them. Number 2, they can drain you financially or abuse you legally. Just understand that financial stability is what they will never let you experience, because money is a weapon for a narcissist. If they have the capability, if they have the capacity, if they have the resources, and if they have the people in their pocket, they will use everything against you to drain you to the last penny, and you will be left with nothing. They can use the whole legal system against you. That is the biggest source of post-separation abuse, unfortunately, because our judges, lawyers, and those who control the system do not understand how the dynamics of a narcissistic relationship work. Let's say you send a text to the narcissist, and in this text you are explaining how they are a narcissist, how they need to get checked, and how they need to get therapy, and how they need to get diagnosed. Okay, this is the structure of the text. They take the same text, present it in the court, and blame you for labeling them with a mental illness that they have not been clinically diagnosed with. Now, doing so will trigger the bias in the whole system. The judges, the lawyers, and everyone in the system will look at you differently because they see you as this person who is labeling the other party with a mental illness. So the bias is, well, if she or he does this, I can imagine what else she would have done to this poor person. Then they see the things that you present as evidence or that you say this person, the narcissist, has done to you as to be made up things that have no true foundation. So you need to be careful because they know how to fool people. They know how to formulate and create these stories, how to fabricate lies, and how to present these lies as if they were reality, because they lie so well, so perfectly, that you can call them master liars, pathological liars, masters of manipulation. Nobody can detect unless you know who you are dealing with and you have experienced this person at a personal level. They can ask for changes in the parenting agreement. They may ask for more custody. They may ask for more amount when it comes to the child support if you are giving it to them. They may alter everything and turn everyone against you, and you will feel isolated. That is what you do not want to experience when dealing with a narcissist. You want to keep things calm because you don't want to trigger their rage. It is unrealistic. It is quite primal in nature. It doesn't have limits or boundaries. So you want to keep them away. This is why I'm emphasizing it. If you want to expose them, this is one of the possible consequences that you should also be prepared for. Danger number 3, they can launch massive smear campaigns against you. They may cut you off from your own family, from friends, from everyone who matters for you. How? They may show this information. Let's say if it is documented, recorded, you called them, you sent a message, they may show this message to everyone and say, see, this is the craziness that I'm dealing with. She calls me or he calls me a narcissist. I don't know even what that means. I looked it up on internet and they say it's some kind of personality disorder and this kind of person is callous. Am I callous? I have only been kind to her or him. How could they call me this? I don't understand. And they will create this sob story and you will be painted like a perpetrator, an aggressor. They will be the poor them and you will be this crazy, evil person who is now making up things that are baseless. Do you see the possibilities here? Do you see where I'm going with all of this? That is what you have to keep in mind. And these campaigns are isolating, very isolating. Oftentimes, your own family starts seeing you as this crazy lunatic person who is now making up things. You can be sitting among your own children and they may be laughing at you. They may be laughing at things and suggesting, you should move on. Why are you still talking about this stuff? See, they have already moved on with their life. They are with their new partner and you're holding on to the past and you're calling them crazy. Is that craziness or is this craziness? What you're doing is craziness. And that may break you even a little more because nobody knows what you're going through. Nobody sees what you see. The narcissist has made it sure that nobody sees their true self. So it is almost impossible for you to prove to them that this is a monster that you're dealing with. That's why I said the efforts that you may put into exposing them may end up getting you nowhere because it's a dead end. That is what you have to be prepared for, the possible isolation. Danger number 4. This one is by far the most important and the most destructive. If you are still under the narcissist spell and you tell them you think they are a narcissist, they will gaslight you. They will prove it to you that you're making things up and you're now attaching labels because you don't want to take responsibility for your actions. You don't want to change yourself, and now you are projecting everything on them. They may call you a narcissist for calling them a narcissist, saying that narcissists do not reflect. See, you're not reflecting, you're calling me a narcissist. And that will confuse you even further if you are still under their influence. If the effect of the gaslighting is still intact and you are still receptive to the manipulative things they say to you. You need to be careful. You need to be completely out of the fog. You need to have total clarity of the situation, and you need to be your own person. You need to be grounded in your reality before you say anything to them, because they will try their best to twist it around, to turn the tables, to make you look like the crazy, to make you think you are the narcissist, to make you think you have every mental health issue, every disorder ever known, and you are projecting your issues on them when the real problem is you. Number 5 and the last one, they will give you silent treatment or stonewall you. What is the narcissist's best response to a situation that is beyond their control, that they cannot manipulate or twist or turn around? Silent treatment and stonewalling in combination. Yes. If you try to confront them and call them out and say you are a narcissist, and you show them hardcore evidence, like it's right in their face and they can't deny it, they will first try to make it seem like you're crazy, you're making things up. No, it didn't happen that way. You are misremembering it. You're misunderstanding it. But if that doesn't work, they will give you silent treatment. They will just leave you for the wolves, and you will be left thirsty for the answers, for the closure. They will treat you as if you're dead to them, because this was the biggest violation ever. They will never look at you ever again because you have humiliated them. You have spoken their truth, but they don't want to realize that it is their truth. They will never talk with you again. You are gone for them and you don't exist anymore. So if you're ready to face all of this, if you're ready to face the risk, if you're ready to face these dangers, then maybe you should expose them. But if you think it's not worth it, I can probably spend all that energy in my healing, recovery, and growth, then maybe you should not. That was it for today's episode. I hope you found it insightful. If you did, please let me know in the comments, drop a like, and share this episode with others. I'll talk with you in the next one. Until then, let the healing begin.